What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tiffany, and this is Mocha Locks. Today is a special day because today I am officially 12 months locked. June 7, 2019, I started my installation process and it took just under 11 hours. And so far, I'm still happy with my decision. I have not thought about taking out my locks or cutting them off. Kind of surprised that I did stick it out this long. Prior to having locks, I contemplated getting locks for like a year at least. And when I was a loose natural, I was somebody that changed my hair up almost all the time. It felt like, I know there was one point I was changing my hair once a week. So to have the same hairstyle for 12 months is almost crazy. I will say having micro locks though does allow so much versatility that I don't really feel like I'm missing out on the versatility part. So that is one thing that has really helped with sticking this journey out. In this video today, I have some updates for you as my 12-month update, but I also have some reflections from this year of my lock journey. So if you would like to hear those updates and those reflections, keep watching. I tried a new hairstyle. If you follow me on Instagram and you've been watching my YouTube videos, you know that I pretty much stick to some of the same hairstyles. I did a video on 7 styles for short and medium length locks, and those are pretty much the styles that I rock, some more than others. But I did experiment with a new hairstyle. I tried a Bantu knot out and some Bantu knots, and I wasn't really expecting them to turn out very well because as a loose natural, I had tried Bantu knots and a Bantu knot out, and it was trash, to say the least. I'm gonna assume I didn't use the right products. Maybe I did let my hair dry all the way, but it was never cute. Like I would just comb it out and wear something else, probably a hat. So what I did with this was I had washed my hair and all I had in there was water and oil. That's how I moisturized it, and then I just knotted it up. Left it in for about 3 days and I took it out and it was popping. I was so proud of myself. So I sprayed it with water when I took it down to kind of loosen up the curls, and that's how I achieved my look. If there is anything that I would have done differently, I would have waited a little bit after I got out of the shower to take them down or use the blow dryer. So because of the steam from the shower and spraying to loosen up the curls, I did loosen up one side way too much and it was kind of just straight. It didn't really bother me too much, but looking at the pictures, I was like, well, this one could have been curled a little bit more. So in the future, I'll make sure my hair is super dry, or you know what I mean. It was really nice to walk around with the Bantu knots too. I had those in for a few days and that was a style in itself, and then I was able to take them down. So I really liked that. If you have been an OG subscriber, first of all, thank you. But you're probably gonna be shocked about this next thing that I'm going to share with you as far as updates go. If you are a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. But I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm about to mention a product that I kind of talked badly about, not because the product was bad, but my experience with the product was like, I'm not fooling with this anymore. But I decided to give it another try after some reflecting, and y'all, I'm using rose water again. So earlier in my lock journey, I had replaced regular water with rose water. And I was spraying my hair every day to give it some weight to lay it down. And when I replaced the water with rose water, I ran out of the rose water so quickly that I was like, this is dumb. I already paid utility bill for water. I'm not about to buy special water. So I tossed the whole rose water idea to the side and I was done with it. But in my reflecting, I realized I was using it wrong. Like, first of all, I don't wet my hair every day anymore, so now it shouldn't run out like it was. So I tried it again, still love the smell, still smell like Doll Baby to me. And just because I'm moisturizing my hair every other day, 3 to 4 times a week, it's lasted me and I'm happy with the results. I've also incorporated something new into my regimen. I'm still washing my hair once a week and using the Tea Tree and Mint shampoo by OGX. It's nothing fancy, but I wanted to try a tea tree shampoo and this one was what I got, and It's pretty basic. But what I'm trying new, what I've been doing that's new, is something that I learned from Natural the New Black. What she does is after she washes her hair and rinses out the product, while it's still wet, she will put oil on her hair to seal in the moisture. And so I've been using some light oils, my shea butter oil, sweet almond oil, and recently jojoba oil to seal in the moisture in my hair, and it's been doing really well. I think I was afraid that putting oil on my hair would make my hair oily, like it would look shiny, and when I would touch it I would have residue on my fingers, but that is not the case at all. If you've been following me, you know that I've had some moisture problems throughout my journey, and I've switched up my regimen, so I'm not wetting my hair every day thanks to the suggestion of a subscriber. I'm moisturizing my hair 3 to 4 times a week depending on where my wash day falls with the water and rose water mix, and I've added some shea butter, sweet almond oil, and jojoba oil, and that's what I moisturize my hair with. Helpful tip, I was really struggling with trying to moisturize my hair with water and oil at first, but when I watched Taylor Lauren's video, she was like, make sure you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, and I was like, maybe that's my problem, because I did not understand how I was getting the benefits of the water and the oil if they don't mix in the bottle, but I've been shaking the bottle very well, and it's been doing well, so I'm happy with the moisture that I've been retaining. So now I want to get into those reflections, and the first thing I want to talk about are some products that have really served me well throughout my journey. So when it comes to shampoo, I do have 2 awards to give. There's a first place and a runner-up, and the runner-up is going to be the As I Am shampoo. I used this one when I ran out of the #1 shampoo, and it did me well. It smelled good. It didn't leave my scalp like squeaky clean or rubbery clean, but it did leave my hair and my scalp feeling clean. First prize goes to the Hair Bath by Curls from their Cashmere and Caviar collection. I was using this when I was a loose natural. I love the smell, I love the feel, I love that it cleans my hair, and it was part of the collection that really made my curls pop. So I really like the shampoo. The only reason I stopped using it is because I ran out and I never bought it anymore and wanted to try the tea tree. I'm probably going to go back to the Hair Bath because this tea tree is just basic. For conditioner, like a deep conditioner or a hair mask, I'm gonna give the award to the Hair Mask by Curls from their Cashmere and Caviar collection. I don't deep condition anymore, but when I was in the earlier stages of my lock journey, I did, and this is the one I used. Also use it as a loose natural, very like buttery, smells good, left my hair feeling soft, and again, made my curls pop. And I'm like a 4C girl, so anything that makes my curls pop can get my money any day. So I would recommend this one to anyone who is looking for a deep conditioner and is still deep conditioning. The only reason I don't deep condition anymore is because I believe that these products for loose naturals are geared towards keeping hair tangle free. And when you're trying to get your hair to lock, you don't want your hair to be detangling, you want it to tangle. So I stopped using the hair mask, and now I don't use it anymore because I don't want to contribute to any buildup in my hair. And I'm doing pretty well with moisture without doing the mask, so I don't use the mask anymore. Sarah, if I change my mind, but that's where I am right now. But if you need one, that's what I recommend. Last but not least, moisturizers that have served me well. Of course, the Hair Silk by Curls from their Cashmere and Caviar collection. I love the whole collection. As I said earlier, the Hair Silk really did wonders for me, again, with helping to make my curls pop and keeping my hair moisturized. I stopped using leave-in conditioners probably, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 months into my journey. Again, for the build-up reason, I really liked it to kind of weigh my hair down when I was earlier on, but now I'm using the water and the oil mix, and I really like that. It's light, it doesn't weigh my hair down, it doesn't cause buildup, and so that's where I am. I would suggest that, I mean, you use what works for you. I know some people would use the water and oil mix all over their hair and then add leave-in to their ends if they feel like their ends are really dry. So you gotta do what works for you, but I would recommend those for moisturizers. Some habits or regimens that I've kind of developed throughout my journey, whether I do them now or just did them before, that really helped me are, one, the hot oil treatments. I really struggled with a dry and flaky scalp, especially in the winter months. So right now it's warming up and my scalp is doing pretty well, but when it was really cold, my scalp was really dry, really flaky, winter wonderland almost every day. And so I started doing hot oil treatments, and those really, really helped. I was first using a bunch of oils that I had purchased that I didn't really use to oil my scalp for the hot oil treatments, but then I added castor oil, vitamin E oil, I think maybe even some tea tree to my hot oil mix. And the castor oil I feel like really does the wonders for how thick it is. So if you're looking to do a hot oil treatment, I would recommend adding castor oil, and I would just recommend hot oil treatments altogether if you're dealing with a dry and flaky scalp. Also, with just the frequency of moisturizing my hair, I stopped wetting my hair every day and only wetting my hair when I moisturize it, which is every other day, 3 to 4 times a week with a water and oil mix. And because oils seal in moisture, I do spray my hair with plain old water before I use my water and oil mix. And I probably could do a little bit of an experiment to see if it really makes a difference, but just because I know that oils seal in the moisture, I like to spray my hair with water before I do my oil and water mix. My favorite styles from the length of my hair that I started with, it was definitely the flat twist. I did wear my hair down a lot, but I don't really like to wear my hair down anymore. I think it's because I feel like my hair is at a weird length, and it's at weird length in itself. It's layered really weird. There's like a gap over here or somewhere, and so sometimes I just really don't want to wear it down because I think it looks weird. No one's ever told me that. I don't know if that's because they won't or it doesn't look weird and it's just all in my head, but I don't really wear my hair down. Flat twists were my go-to when I had my starting length. If you have short ones, I would recommend the flat twist. Honestly, any style from my 7 styles for short and medium length locks will be great. Those were all my go-to, but the flat twist, what my students call the Teddy Graham puffs, those are my go-tos for the most part. I do want to add a tip. I had a subscriber who asked me about keeping locks fresh for people who are working out throughout the week. I work out 4 to 5 times a week, and I know what it's like to have your scalp sweating, sweat dripping on your hair, and not wanting your hair to have any type of funk to it, or just wanting to minimize any funky smells that might build up throughout the week. And so what I would suggest is, one, trying to put your hair in styles where your scalp has some type of airflow to it. Through my experience, I realized that one of the things that contributes to the buildup of that smell is that your scalp, when it sweats, it needs to dry. And if it doesn't dry with airflow, the smell kind of just gets trapped in there. So if you can wear your hair in some flat twists or some puffs or something where your scalp can get some airflow to it while it's sweating, and then afterwards when it dries, that will help. I would also recommend, if you're into like fragrant mists, not like a perfume for your hair, but like they have like leave-in mists. It's a hair mist to moisturize your hair as well, but they have a fragrance to them. You can use that as well to kind of freshen up your locks after a workout, after it dries. But really, I think it comes down to that airflow to your scalp so that it dries properly and doesn't dry all packed in together. The last thing that I want to share with you all are some lessons that I have learned throughout my journey. And the first one is that I cannot go a long time between reties. I tried this, I talked about this in my videos about my reties. I did try to go a long time in between reties, and what ended up happening was my hair, it doesn't grow with my lock. It grows in all different kinds of directions. And so the base of my locks, my roots were getting thin, and that is how you lose locks. Not a good idea. So I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I've also learned that products that I've used and habits that I've developed at different points in my lock journey may change, and that's okay. So for example, early on in my lock journey, I was wetting my hair every day. I can't do that anymore. It's drying my hair out. And so I don't do that anymore. The products that I used at the beginning of my lock journey are not the same products I use now, and that's okay. And I'm sure that the products that I use and the things I do now will change in the future. And it's just all part of the journey. It's all part of the changing and the adaptation. And so if you're struggling with some of the things that you're doing now, consider changing them, because you're in a different stage of your lock journey now. And the last thing I would say is patience. I wouldn't say that I've been impatient with my lock journey as far as when my hair will lock, when the length will come, but just being patient and accepting that whatever changes are happening with my locks are the changes that are happening. So I feel like this year has been more so about volume, my locks maturing and filling out rather than length. I've had a lot of shrinkage, but I've seen the shrinkage minimize over these last few months. And so maybe length will be something that becomes really major in this next year, but the changes that I've seen thus far, I'm really happy about. Next week, I'm gonna be sharing with you all my 12-month visual lock journey. I'll have pictures from my installation all the way to my 12 months of being locked. Please comment below any lesson or lessons that you feel have been really important throughout your lock journey. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone that you think would benefit from this video. Head over to Instagram and follow me at mogullocks_, and I'll see you next week for that 12-month visual lock journey.